Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the BFNL Netball Show for another week. And it's exciting, isn't it? They're finally here. We've been talking about the home straight and getting around the bend for, I reckon, about 6 weeks now. It's probably been fair to say that we've been anticipating this final series. And now that it's here, it's a very, very exciting time. Welcome to the first finals edition of the BFNL Netball Show. Shaun Kelly, Kim Bailey, both here to take you through everything in the Ballarat Football Netball League in the lead up to one of the more eagerly anticipated final series in recent memory. Kimmy, great to have you here.
Yeah, thanks, Shaun. It's great to be back, of course. And the season's gone so quick, I can't believe we're ready to start with finals. And some really interesting games on the weekend. It has actually shaped the finals a little bit, which has maybe come as a bit of a surprise to us. But you know, that's what finals netball is all about, isn't it?
And
so,
round 18
exciting.
netball, as we'll find out later on in the show. But our first talking point for this week is the junior finals kicking off last weekend around the BFL. Some fantastic displays of netball being shown on some pretty wet and wild courts over the weekend as well. So full credit to all of the girls that braved the conditions, got out there and played some finals netball over the weekend as well.
Yeah, I was at Darley on Saturday, and it actually didn't rain. It wasn't too bad. A little bit chilly, but it was great. The standard there was fantastic. And in the last two games in particular, East and North, and then Lakers and North.
The 2-17 and under games?
Yeah, it went down. It was a draw. It was a 1-goal margin in each game.
Wow.
And at the end of each game, it was a penalty pass or shot to draw the games.
Oh.
And unfortunately,
Both missed?
Both missed.
Oh.
So I think it might have been, off the top of my head, I know the North girls definitely won the seniors, and I think they might have snuck in as well for the reserves. So big day down there. That was all North and Lakers, except for the one game with North
East
and East. And then it was a cold and wintry old day at Wendouree on Sunday for the elimination finals, and some great netball played there. Just talking about our juniors, we'd just like to send our best to one of our coaches of our interleague teams, Prue Douglas, who's been quite ill and has been in the hospital. So all the best on a speedy recovery, Prue. We hope to see you back around the courts really soon.
Yeah, we do indeed. And also, while we're talking about juniors, congratulations to all of the award winners from the Robert Allen Medal last Wednesday night as well. Our netball best and fairest and MVPs named for the year. And some great work by some of our netball MVPs as well. Madison Selman in the under-15s getting an MVP award. Poppy Douglas in the under-13s. And in the under-17s, Melanie Freeman from Darley as well.
What a night. It was a fantastic night. Jake Stringer was great. Joe Curran was fantastic. And, you know, the kids, the speeches were unreal too. But, yeah, really proud of all the girls up there. And, you know, the cream rises to the top in these awards. So was really excited to see all the kids dressed up. And, as I said, some great speeches, and it was a really lovely night.
It was indeed. Turning our attention back to the A-grade competition, though, for talking point number 2 this weekend. You quite often see it, especially in footy terms as well. Round 18 can throw up some results that you don't expect. We definitely saw it on the footy field in the BFL, and we saw it on the netball court as well, because Redan probably came more to the Redan we were expecting in the last round and gave Ballarat a bit of a touch-up leading into the finals. And likewise, so did the team that was also looking for 7th spot on the ladder, Darley, who really showed that they've been in some great form recently by knocking over one of the more fancy teams in Sunbury, dropping them out of 3rd spot, and potentially, maybe even we hear that it could have cost Sunbury the club championship as well.
Yeah, I wasn't aware of that until you just told me before. So, yeah, they'd be really disappointed.
If that's the case. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah,
I haven't done my maths on it, but I've heard a whisper about it. And if that's the case, then that makes Darley's win all the more meritorious.
Yeah, and like the Sunbury lineup it was a cast of thousands, and it was an absolutely awesome team that was out there on the court as well. So for Darley to come out and play like that is absolutely fantastic. Brooke Pengelly had a fantastic game in defence.
She's been a great player. She's been one of the real catalysts for that mid-season revival for Darley as well.
And you know, she's just could most probably she shut the girls down by the sound of it, because they had a bit of swapping around for Sunbury. I think Amanda Kuzak started playing the first quarter. Yep. Because they were waiting for the Rupo girls to get there. And then we had Amy Starter and Alex Marr come onto the court as well. Two, VNL goalers. So for those girls to step up and do that is fantastic. And Demi Geary had an absolutely wonderful game in the centre against
By the looks of it, and just looking at the scores over your shoulder now, it took those Rippo girls a bit of time to get warmed up as well, because the second quarter was 16-3 in favour of Darley, and obviously that went a long way towards deciding the game.
Oh, well, that virtually cost them the game, didn't it? I know that those Rippo girls had a really tough game when they just came from where they came from Rippo, so they would have been a little bit tired too. But no, no excuses.
No, don't make excuses. Darley were the better team.
Darley were awesome. They were great on the day, and they should be very, very excited with their win. And I think the win, the game they played last time was only 1 or 2 goals anyway. I had a brief chat to Marika by text today, and that's what she said. She goes, "We never had them last time where we let them slip away, and we did it this time." So congratulations to Darley. It's a great way to finish your season. Really disappointing way for Sunbury to finish their season. Yeah,
certainly is for the Devils, going out with a high. Sunbury dropping down to 4th, and they will now play a Ballarat team that also had a bit of a shock in the last round as Redan, with a 20-goal victory. That was the Redan that we thought would play in the finals a few weeks back, but had that lull, had some players go overseas and unavailabilities and everything like that, which in the end's probably cost them a final spot. And we saw the true Redan, I think, on Saturday.
Yeah, I spoke to Elizabeth Sally this morning, and she said her girls just didn't even look like they were ready to play. But she said it was just Ruby Parry and Emma Henry were absolutely magnificent, and Emma played in goals, and they just couldn't stop her. They had no way to stop her. And Abby Wilshire playing on Emma Henry, I think Emma's experiences most probably would have bamboozled Abby a little bit, because she's such a strong player. Look, she's most probably she's one of our best players in the comp, and let's face it, she's an absolute superstar. And Abby, Ruby as well, it shoots very, very well, and they combine beautifully. And it's just a shame they couldn't took this long to get that going. Worrying signs for Ballarat? Don't know. Well, you can just sometimes have that off game, can't you? But they've been playing really good netball, and sometimes you just got to. It might have been the game they just had that thump in, and they've got to just rebuild, but not the right time to do it. So hopefully they'll bounce back next week. They take on Sunbury now. It was a really good game last time they played them. So looking forward to Sunday. Hoping
for the same again. But before we do start looking at the finals games for this week, our last Stockland Wendouree Player of the Week for season 2016, a fantastic award throughout the year. Who's won it for the last time this year, Kimmy?
Yeah, this goes to a Darley player who played on the weekend and had a magic game in the mid-court. Demi Geary, she's had a really good season, dominated on the weekend, and what a way to finish for those girls. And Demi has been an integral part. So congratulations, Demi. I'll pop that in the mail for you, and hopefully you'll be getting up to Wendouree, to Stockland, and be able to buy something little for yourself.
Yes, or start the Christmas shopping as well.
Good idea,
it's a good time to start that as well. Huge thank you to Mark Goss and the team at Stockland Wendouree for all of their help with the Stockland Wendouree Player of the Week award once again in 2016. It's definitely a highlight of the netball show every week, and it's definitely something that you can see when you put the photo on Facebook every week. There's just so much interaction on there as well, and the netball community seem to really love it.
Yeah, well, it's great where our girls get recognised, so it's the Ballarat Football Netball League, and sometimes people come in and say, is it the Ballarat Football League or
Correct.
Netball League? So this is a bit more of interaction, and everyone get out there and know who the girls are. So it's really exciting, and I'm really happy for all the winners this year, and they've been very deserved.
Congratulations to every one of the 18 winners that have won the Stockland Wendouree Player of the Week throughout 2016. It's now time, though, to stop talking about home and away awards, because the calendar has been flipped. 11 teams have been turned into 6, and we start things all over again with the 2016 McDonald's Final Series, starting on Saturday at the Eastern Oval on qualifying final day. The 19 and under game is North City versus Ballarat. The D grade's Lake Wendouree versus North City. The C grade is Lake Wendouree versus Ballarat. The B grade is Sunbury versus North Ballarat City. But the A-grade game is the one that we've been waiting for quite some time now. The qualifying final, East Point taking on North Ballarat City. 1 versus 2. 2 losses for the season between these two sides. 3 losses, for the season between these two sides. This is going to be a very, very good game. Make no mistake about it.
Yeah, I think they'll have all both teams with back at full strength as well. I expect Kate McLeod to play, and Stacey McCann will be back too, in my understanding. So both of these games this year, one was a draw. And what was the result? I think
there was about 8 goals in the other one, which was the second quarter, was about an 8-goal difference.
Yeah, so I had a look at North a couple of weeks ago against Sunbury, when Sunbury did beat them, and they actually, they weren't too perturbed. I think they knew they were going to finish first or second anyway, and just played around a little bit with some of their systems. I think it's most probably game's going to be won in the goaling circle for North. So it depends what the fee's going in. Having Stacey back is huge. It's huge. And whether Jordan, who shot mostly in the 80s for all season, whether that can continue, but she's got that added pressure. This is, I think, the only game against East when she didn't shoot in the 80s. I think
Kate did have the better of her last time around. Yeah,
so that'll be really interesting as well. Lauren Dew's been dominant. She'll come up against Sarah Milton, so that'll be a really nice...
Very interesting contest between two of the really good young players in the league.
Yeah, and Liv Jones on Loz Atkinson maybe. That might be a lineup. So it's great
Emma
matchups.
Church on Emma Farrell.
Yep, some great matchups everywhere. Really exciting game to see. So again, I just think East has been the standout for me this season, and I think they'll just continue on and get the win this week, Shaun.
Yeah, look, I think East should get the win as well. East's finals record probably hasn't been the most exemplary in the past years. In fact, I think they got into a top 2 position last year, and by the third week of the finals, they weren't there. They were looking on from the stands. So
I think they're a different team.
It's a different team. That's what I was about to say. Sasha Veldhouse in charge of the team this year doesn't wear those scars. She's inherited them, but she hasn't lived them. So
different team, different mindset. And you just hear that. I hear some things about them. I haven't seen a hell of a lot of games, but you just think, they've got the right mindset and how they've got the game structures going. I think that. They're still my tip.
Yep, I think they'll get over the line in this one as well. It'll be a very good game, and you know that North Ballarat City are very much finals hardened, but just feel that East Point will get this one in a very close game.
And I think the difference too over the years, East have a different structure in their team, and I think they've let nerves get to them. And I think if you look at their team, it's a lot different. And there's a lot more experience there, so hopefully the nerves won't get to them as much. So, two evenly matched teams, but.
Elimination final number 1 at Darley Park on Saturday afternoon as well. These are the 3v6 games as well, so we know that the team that finishes third on the ladder, provided they win in the first week of the finals, has a fantastic opportunity to go straight through to a second semi-final. Problem is, if they lose, then they go straight to Mad Monday. That's the problem that you've got sometimes with finishing in third. But we wish all of these teams the best of luck in their first elimination finals. In the 19 and under, it's Redan versus East Point. The D grade is Sunbury versus Melton. The C grade is Sunbury versus Redan. The B grade is Lake Wendouree versus Melton South. Great to see Melton South in the final as well. That is a really good sign. So good luck to the Panther B grade girls. But in the A grade, Lake Wendouree taking on Sebastopol. These two teams only played 2 weeks ago. There was only 4 goals in that game, and Sebastopol led it by 8 goals during the game as well. So I know Lake Wendouree didn't want to play Sebastopol in this game. They would have preferred to play Ballarat, but the way things turned out, and obviously Lake Wendouree going up into third in the last round, they've now got the Burrows, and I reckon the Burrows will be pretty confident. Yeah,
and I think actually, I won't worry them, but I think Sebas wanted to play Sunbury because they have beaten Sunbury as well.
Yeah.
So just how, you
But
start...
getting that result 2 weeks ago was also very big for Sebastopol's mindset too.
Yeah, you start your planning. You have a look a few weeks out and think, this is where it's going to... You make your predictions and you start to plan for who you think you're going to play. So that's been thrown out the window this week. So it's gone. So everyone's had to start again with their planning. Lakers have just been in some sensational form too. Mel Allen, we keep banging on about her, but she's been just unbelievable.
Saw a bit of this game on the weekend, and what really struck me was that the Lakers brought in one of their 19 and under girls, Ellie Brewer, who played with the Sovereigns and
Ellie's a great player.
Played some interleague netball, and she did not look out of place at all playing A-grade netball. She was fantastic.
Yeah, I'm not sure if she's qualified. Ellie's a superstar as far as I'm concerned. I've seen a fair bit of Ellie in interleague and for the Sovereigns development team, and great player, can play defence, can play attack, great centre player too, really hard down the court.
But what struck me was just how easily she fitted into that A-grade system, and especially at the Lakers, which with the mid-court that they have is just really, really strong. And whilst they'll be missing Cara Hart throughout the finals, they had Ali in there on the weekend, and you're right, she probably won't play senior finals. Cara Hart had a cast on the wrist, did not play on Saturday, hurt her wrist before, and I don't think, talking to her, she said I could play finals and risk the use of my hand for the rest of my life, or I could not play finals and be happy going forwards. So I've got a feeling that we won't see too much of Cara Hart during this final series.
That's a shame, because she's been such a great player in our league and a leader in our competition. So, but if I'm not sure if Ali's qualified, but if she is, it's a very handy replacement too. You know, she's had she trains each week with the 19 Sovereigns as well. So she's got that elite coaching under her belt, and as you said, she can slip seamlessly in there.
I suppose the question to ask is, can Sebastopol win this game, and what do they need to do to win it?
I think if you go solely on goaling, I think you'd say yes, because the combination of Georgia and Adriana, I think, is one of the best out there. I'm a bit suspect on the mid-court, and I think they're a little bit short in defence. Which will most probably not go in their favour. But if you can win finals on guts and determination, Sebastopol will win this game. But unfortunately, you need a little bit more than guts and determination.
You do.
And I think Lakers are just sneaking under the radar a little bit, and I think it'll be a really, really good close game, but I think Lakers will win.
Yeah, the one thing you can guarantee is there's going to be a lot of support for both teams on the weekend. Obviously, with Lake Wendouree's B grade in the side, and we know how good the Sebastopol supporters are in the netball as well. There will be packed.
Great effort for Sebastopol mate final, so they've just missed out, I think, in the last few years. So it's a really good effort. They've had a great season.
They have.
They really have. So yeah, congratulations to them on making it in.
And look, they'll be backing themselves to go at least 1 week further as well. There's no doubt about that. And then on Sunday, it is second elimination final day at the Eastern Oval. Our 19 and under game is Melton versus Melton South, a local rivalry in a final. That will be huge. We have Ballarat versus Melton South in the D grade, Darley versus East Point in the C grade. Great to see the Devils amongst the finals action. East Point versus Ballarat in the B grade. And then Sunbury taking on Ballarat in the A grade netball, 2:30 p.m. at the Eastern Oval. This is a matchup we didn't expect to see. It's two teams that, as we spoke about earlier in the show, got a bit of a touch-up last week, but this will be very, very interesting, this game, because I reckon these two teams match up pretty well against each other, and I can't see this being a blowout either way.
No, it'll be a very interesting game, and the cards didn't fall in the right way for Sunbury, really, when you think of it, because I think they were relying on some of the Ruperts girls to come over and play finals for them, but they both play on the same day.
Ruperts would have playing at 1:30 at Woodend, and it's going to be pretty difficult to get from Woodend to Ballarat.
Helicopter?
Yeah.
Maybe. So I think they'll have a couple of goals away and a couple of mid-quarters away as well. I don't know what the deal is there and how they will manage that, but if that's the case and they don't have those girls...
That's almost advantage Swans.
Yeah, I think I might have to tip Ballarat, because I just don't know if they'd have that goaling strength to get over Ballarat. It's just, this one could go either way.
Yeah. Kelly Moran, I reckon, is the big one in this game. And if Beck Anstey plays, does she go back onto Kelly, or does she keep her normal structure where she pushes out a little bit from goal, plays more in GD?
Beck will play, and of course she'll play. And she'll. I think she should, because when I saw that, she was the difference in that game when I watched them. And,
she was.
She shut that down, and she forced doubt into the feeders' minds, and that's when she's at her best. And
yeah, that's what she does so well.
Yeah. Look, it'd be a really interesting game. I'm going to go for an upset, Sean. I'm going to go for Ballarat.
Interesting. Just what gives you that feeling? Just somebody a little bit depleted, Ballarat?
Yeah, I think the depletion is my worry. And look, I'll be quite honest with you. It breaks my heart to tip against them. It really does, because I've coached there, I've won premierships there, and it does break my heart, and I hope I'm wrong. But but Ballarat's a great team.
The one thing going in Ballarat's favour this year is it's not brand new to them like it was last year in the finals. Last year it was the fairy tale season. They got into the finals after not having won the game the year before. This year it's been different for them. They've been the hunted. They've been the hunted rather than the hunters. They've still managed to get that final spot. They've improved a position. They were 6th last year. They're 5th this year. they can take it. They can take it and win this final. They'll have Lisa Battistello will have absolutely no doubt about that.
Yeah, well, Lisa's very confident. I spoke to her this morning, and she's really disappointed in.
She gave me a slap the other week too.
Did she?
When I said there was no chance in hell that Ballarat would beat East Point, and then they did.
Well, he most probably deserved it.
Probably did.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm just not going to give a tip in this game. So I'll get a slap all the way.
Come on, you wuss
No,
bag.
look, I actually think Ballarat will win this game as well. I just think Kelly Moran, the form that she's in at the moment since that last Ballarat game, has been fantastic.
If something happens and a couple of those girls become available and their shooting steps up, their shooting strength steps up, and even if I think Amanda Kuzak might be even available, if Amanda steps in and plays in that shooting role, because I think the problem, Laura Cartland is most probably not tall enough, but she's done.
Well, Amanda's B grade team plays on the Saturday at the Eastern Oval. Can you play 2 games?
No.
There we go.
No, you can't play the 2 games in the one round.
So she's got a choice to make.
Yep, and it just seems from the club point of view what they do. But you never know. There's some of the Ripples girls may be available. I don't know. Who knows? We're not privy to that type of information.
We'll find out at 2:30 p.m. on Sunday at the Eastern Oval.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. As I said, it breaks my heart to tip against my old team. But, we're not here to
I know exactly what you mean.
Or
That's
anything
right.
like that. So I think Lisa's done a great job. I think they'll get the win.
Cannot wait to see how this pans out over the weekend, the first week of the McDonald's final series. Who are we going to see, the 4 teams that will be in action in the second week, and who are the 2 that we're going to say goodbye to for season 2016? You know where the best place to find out is? Right here on this netball show next week, when we come back and update you with everything happening in the BFNL's A-grade netball competition. Kimmy, thanks for joining us this week.
Yeah, really looking forward and excited what's going to happen.
And thank you for joining us this week as well on the BFNL Netball Show. We'll see you next week.